brought to you by Company of Heroes 2, coming June 25th. Pre-order now.
What's up, everybody? Destin Legary here with Marty Sleva.
Hey, Destin, how's it going?
Marty, it's going pretty well.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, you having fun at E3?
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
All right, well, today we're looking at Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
We're doing a little bit of a rewind here.
For sure.
And, yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, this was one of the, a bulk of Microsoft's conference was about Xbox One titles, but this was definitely, I think, their showcase game that's still coming out for the 360. So this is, for a current-gen game, it looks absolutely gorgeous. They've really improved the lighting in a lot of areas, which, it relates to the mechanics as well. You can now carry torches in rooms, but that means, you're able to see, but at the same time, you're not able to carry a shield. So if we go back a little bit, these enemies here it's fighting are these stone guards.
These guys?
No, you went back really far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here, just a little bit.
Nope. There he is. Okay, these enemies that he's fighting are these stone guards. You enter this long hallway, and it's just lined on both sides with stone guards. And as you make your way to the center, they come to life. And so you have to fight these kind of golems that are now attacking you. And there's, you end up fighting more enemies at a single time, I think, than I ever had to in Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, before they kind of go at you one at a time, but now they'll all just pummel you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what we have here is the first glimpse of a boss from Dark Souls 2, which anyone who likes Dark Souls knows that the bosses are some of the most iconic moments. And so this guy's called the Mirror Knight.
He's there on the left?
Yeah, he's there on the left. He's a big. He's kind of like the size of the knights that were in on Orlando. Mm-hmm. But as you can see here, his kind of special feature is that he jabs down his shield, which has a reflection in it, and in the reflection is this warrior that's slamming on it, trying to get out. And when it finally does get out, you end up having to fight this kind of reflection warrior as well as the Mirror Knight himself.
So is that a reflection of your character?
So no, it wasn't an exact replica of your character, but I saw it a few times and the character changed. And so I'm not sure exactly if it's a randomly generated character or maybe it pulls from online data. Maybe it was the last person who died at that boss.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I asked them about it, and they were kind of coy. So
okay.
They did a similar thing in Demon Souls where they kind of pulled from other player data. So
there he is again. Good shot of him. And there's some fancy logo stuff.
Fancy logos. And again, the boss battle is just incredibly gorgeous. I mean, this alongside The Last of Us, I think, are probably the pinnacle of visuals.
Wow, that looks amazing.
Consoles. This looks amazing, yeah. That scene, if you go back there to the bridge, that shows there's a huge emphasis on dragons in Dark Souls 2. And you see just the skies littered with them. And
womp womp. I want womp womps on every one of these dragons, all 16 of them.
Yeah, you get a lot of Drake swords from these guys.
Yeah.
And so, they've been kind of coy about the story of Dark Souls 2, but if you are a fan of the lore in Dark Souls, you realize that there was a kind of a dragon war that took place long before Dark Souls, and Gwyn, who was ultimately the boss of the first Dark Souls, fought in that war, and people are speculating that your character is Gwyn, and that this is a prequel, which would be kind of strange because it's called Dark Souls 2. So
yeah.
I don't know how that works.
So this guy who's about to get messed up.
Yeah. I mean, From's been very, they have deliberately been keeping the story and the setting under wraps, but a lot of people have speculated that this is, and even if you go back to the shot of the dragons, the city on the horizon that he's heading towards looks like a version of the Painted World of Ariamis, which was kind of the bonus level in the original Dark Souls that you could find.
All right, let's hit on one final thing here before moving on. A really simple thing that made me happy. These guys.
The bonfires are back. Yeah, people were definitely a little bit worried about, whether or not Dark Souls 2 would have the same, punishing difficulty as the original, and maybe they'd get rid of the bonfires, but no, absolutely. Mechanically, these are still your save points, your checkpoints, your only saving graces in the entire game.
Well, Marty, thanks for joining me, and I'm glad Dark Souls is going to be so difficult.
So difficult.
Dark Souls 2 is going to be so difficult that I will want to break my controller.
You're going to break your controller in March 2014.
Ooh,
which they announced.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much. And for more on Dark Souls 2, you know where to keep it locked. IGN.